should be talking because people are going to come back and look at this. But sorry, guys, running a little late. 3 minutes late. I was on the phone with corporate headquarters. Brandon Murray, how you doing? On the phone with corporate headquarters, going through the basics of what I'm talking about tonight and what I can't say. I actually had Cage Kessler jump on the phone and said, "Try not to get us in trouble." That's bad when you got Cage yelling that at me. The one thing I will starting off talking about, I'm going to talk about a few things tonight. We're going to follow the good shit. This is the time of year, guys, that I like because of all of the new product that's coming out. And yes, we have a few new things that are going to hit the market within the next 3 months. And then right before Vegas, a little bit more, about 3-4 things that are coming up. Hey, Alan, what is that? I saw it, but I couldn't bring it up. But I will mess with it before I come. I'm gonna look at it later on. I didn't know what it was. I did see somebody hitting. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing that because I got a pretty good idea on what it is. Alan Hancock was telling. I got a video that he sent me, and I saw it, and there was 2 of them put together, and I was trying to separate them. But it got too late. I'm not that good at doing that crap. The one thing I want to address the people out there that a lot of you guys that I've got a few already, and a lot of you guys chime in tonight to because I've been known to say things that because I don't know, I just don't have no filters, I guess. Or go after somebody that pops off and says something. But anyway, a lot of people watch this with bated breath to watch what comes out of my mouth. And the reason I talk real slow a lot of times is because I want to make sure that I don't say anything that's going to upset somebody. But what a lot of people up watching this podcast on Wednesday nights, and they want to see what I have to say. And, and a lot of people like drama. I don't like it too much. I will call people out if they're attacking or saying things that aren't true. And that's one of my biggest things I get in trouble with, especially with corporate, because I just got on the phone with them. I was running late when Cage got on there screaming at me. But I understand it. How you doing, Randall? I understand it. And there's been a lot of things out there talked about, the old podcasters out there, that Mr. Geritol and what's up, Danny? Mr. Geritol, and they're out there talking, and then one guy called us Jerry Springer. I think it's more Jerry Springer on the other side than it is on my side. I'm just answering questions that people put out there that actually aren't true, and I tried to explain them to everybody. So if that's my downfall, then come on and watch. You don't know what I'm going to come up with. That's how come last week I said shots fired again, and I didn't fire any shots. The one thing I will do is somebody with Short Porch or with any of my friends, my family, if you say something that I don't believe is true, or if you're trying to throw dirt, I will call it out. So, that's just how I am. I've always been that way. So does that get me in trouble? Yeah, it gets me in trouble. Does it get me more views? Yes, it gets me more views. I don't want it to be like that, though. I don't want to be up here defending every week because you guys are going to get tired of it. I did it that one time, and I'm done with it. I blocked all those people. How you doing, Charlie Mueller? And but it makes for, the one thing I will say is my viewership went up, my views went up, everything went through the roof. People engaged. I got a lot more people watching my old podcasts on YouTube. I actually opened all of those up on my old podcast, where you guys, and I had them locked up for at least 8 months since I started with Short Porch. But what I wanted to do is I talked a lot on those old podcasts, talked about a lot of bats, talked about weight distribution, talked about flex, talked about progressive loads, you know. What's up, Richard? I talked about progressive loads. I've talked about, you know, going up higher in the end weight, which I think the first, well, I'm not going to talk about that. You know, I talk all about that for the last 15 years, and I'm releasing all those podcasts right now. You guys can go back and look at them. But what that does is a lot of people, like last week I had somebody that, because we talk about the movement, right? We talk about the movement on what we're doing with Short Porch and basically trying to fit you guys like they do golf clubs. Yes, definitely. You will. I'll tell you what, Rachel just said, if you guys watch this, you will gain knowledge. Definitely. Either through me spouting off or Jeff coming in and saying little things. And that's the one thing about the old podcasts that I used to do, or behind the scenes that I used to do. If you listen to all those videos, you can gain knowledge on everything about hitting. You can gain knowledge, because we do talk about, when it was Senior Softball Bat Reviews, we did talk a lot about everything, about you know, hitting, you know, open up your hips, about where your hands should be, you know. We talked about all of that. So it's actually, if you guys that want to learn, go back on YouTube and watch all of those behind the scenes, and it's got all of us on there and brainstorming about bats and talking about bats, talking about what's not flexy, what's too flexy, and we did all of that in there. So the one thing you will do, you know, maybe a little bit of drama. One thing you will do when you're watching this, like I said, is you'll gain knowledge. You'll find out what better bat and the movement. What happens with this, guys? What happens with this is we have. Let me go ahead and take care of this real fast. I ain't watching that no more. What happens with the movement, and we talk about the movement, and I'm going to go through it real fast because we might have new people watching through this whole thing. Is every bat has a different flex in the handle. Every bat has a different flex in the barrel. Depending on your bat speed, we can fit you in a bat that suits your swing because of your bat speed and height, weight distribution, all of that stuff. So it's almost like getting fitted with a set of golf clubs. So, and you wouldn't just go out and just swing any golf club, right? Because they will fit you for the shaft and club head and all that other stuff. When you're going out and getting a set of irons. So that's basically what Short Porch is doing. And it's working. It is. I tell you what, guys, I'm a big analytics guy. I go through all of it. I have it on my YouTube channel. I have it on my Facebook page, and we are growing faster than I actually thought we were. And Jeff says the same thing when I talk to him. He said we're growing in leaps and bounds, just not little trickles and leaps and bounds. A lot of people thought that we would be slowed down within what's been happening for the last month and a half, but we haven't. We're on schedule to do a lot of things. The only thing that might be drawn back a little bit would be the shipping, and that's it. You know, from not getting 3 days when it comes from overseas, it might be 15, anywhere from 10 to 15 days. So that's not bad considering everything that was going on in the world. And getting things in you guys' hands. So what happens when you start the movement, and it's you're talking about something that nobody else has talked about in years. Everybody's been reinventing the wheel, right? So when you talk about this movement and you start doing things like this, you get feedback from the old people. I'll talk about the old engineers that one asked to come on and debate me, and I turned him down. And if you guys saw that, and he says, why? You called out, you know, I know who the guy is. He doesn't know who I am or doesn't remember who I am. And he called me out on, said, hey, I'd like to come in and debate you because everything you're saying is wrong. Nah, I'm good. I don't want to debate you. Well, why not? Because you said, you know, I said, no, you don't understand, you know. And then he starts giving me his credentials. Said he's been in it for 35 years and he's built bats. And I said, well, how come? I don't understand. You want me to debate you, but you don't have anything on the market, or you never did have anything on the market that was in the top 10 of anything that I've done. So basically what you would be using my platform to be relevant again. and I'm not going to do that. I'll debate anybody. You come up into the tent anywhere I'm at, I'm going to be in Florida, Georgia, and Florida probably for the next month and a half. I'll be there. If the schedule goes right, in 2 months, I'll be in there twice. You can come up to the tent and debate me. I have a camera going. But they put you on a platform when you've been in it for 35 years. You've been in it for 35 years and you don't have anything to show me that you've done. That I've been doing bats for 15 years. I've heard you one time and that review went in the tank. I actually didn't give you a top 15. And we've been doing this for 9 months. Porch has been doing it for 2.5 years, 3 years, going on 3 years now. And look where we're at. You know, we got the DDT out there, which is blowing up. Alan Hancock, blowing up. Richard Clem wants that. Richard Clem ordered one the other day of the Alan Hancock because Alan has that higher weight in the DDT. Mine is a 12-inch. Alan's a 12.5-inch. Flat out monsters, guys. There are the other one that's coming. The other one that's coming. This one right here is coming out again. In a couple of 3 months, maybe. You know, if you guys find one of these, pick it up. I did this, guys. This wasn't done to me. I actually cracked this open like that because I wanted to do something, which I'll tell you right now, get it over with. And it's Alan's bat too, my bat, because weight do DDT, you have weight here and weight here. The end weight, because I put it on my scale, the end weight's 10. The connection where that have that plug in here is 11 on this side, 10 on this side. So it's dual distribution. Help that barrel flex. Alan's got a 12.5-inch, a little bit bigger sweet spot. I think it swings amazing. I think the orange juice, renamed by Jeff Kessler. The orange juice is a very good bat, more geared toward that lower bat speed, medium low. This one is a medium high bat speed. Hell. So guys, Facebook, YouTube, get on there to get off of my little rant right there. Guys guys will try to get in there and talk to me about to reinvent themselves, I guess, or to put themselves out there and tell me I'm wrong. I've been doing this for a long time. You know, I got my start in the 1980s with Bill Blake when Bill Blake did it. Was talking about shells and weight distribution, and he was talking about mass on the end, dense mass on the end. So that's where I got my start, and I took it from there. But Billy got me started years ago. And guys, let me clear something up real fast. And these are just things that I've heard. This design right here, actually, I talked to Porch about it 3 years ago. And I talked to him about it 3 years ago in the parking lot in Florida. I talked to him about this design. This design was a senior softball bat review design. The dual distribution was a senior softball bat review design. We would cut open every batch, and we had been doing it for 6 years. So you're looking at 10 years ago. We've been doing it for 6 years. We had cut every bat open. Nothing had that design in it. Me and Billy Blake, Mark Reeves, Bubba Blake, we were all at a round table in the morning 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And we talked about what if there was some weight put in a connection right here. Nobody else had it, or nobody else thought about it. And I keep repeating myself because I think that from what I'm hearing, this has got to be repeated on people that don't understand how we came about the DDT. So we were talking about, Billy had talked about maybe taking some tape and doing testing on it. So taking some tape and wrapping around a regular bat that we that we did a review on, and doing some testing on it. And we did it a little bit, but we didn't stay with it because back then there wasn't a barrel that can handle the DDT, right? It would collapse on us too much because it would get too much flex out of that barrel. So 11 years ago we tested it, right? And put it away. We didn't even think about it again because we weren't working for any bat company, or did we talk about it? Because we didn't want anybody to take that idea and run with it. And it's mine. I came up with it, So we kept our mouth shut until I met Short Porch 2.5 years ago. And I talked to them about it because they convinced me by talking to me, which has never happened before. In 15 years I've been doing this. They convinced me that they know what the F they're talking about 3 years ago. So I wanted to give them that technology. And you know what they did? They sat on it for 3 years. Didn't do anything with it. And was not going to do it. You talk about... you talked about character in people. They could have took that idea and ran with it and claimed it was theirs and put it out there, and they didn't. They sat on it. No, it wasn't their idea. It was my idea. And so they sat on it. They didn't do anything with it. They knew the idea was good because I talked to them about it. And then whenever they had hired me, they made it. Within 2 months, they made it. Christian and Jeff on the way to, I've told that story a million times, on the way to Vegas, they made it. So that's where the DDT came from, dual distribution. I actually named it that, dual distribution, because that's the best name I could come up with, because you had two weight distributions, and it helped that barrel flex. I actually think it helps with, you know, the fluid of the swing, speeds the barrel head up before contact, absorbs. It doesn't absorb, but it actually, there you got no vibration, you get no feedback in the hands, keeps the energy in the barrel, basically. So that's something that I did not know it was going to do, because the way it was made with the connection, the way it was made. So that actually is a plus. We were just looking for dual distribution. We got all this other stuff. So that's where the DDT came from. And that's the God's on, you guys know, it's God's honest truth on where it came from. So what, I just wanted to address that because I've heard some things out there that was going on. So YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, friend me. We got a lot of good things happening. Guys, we have a bunch of private, and this is across the board. We have a bunch of private groups. You have to answer the questions on the group. I don't care who you are. You got to answer the questions on the groups, because my girls will actually run through there and they will deny everybody. They don't know who I know, right? So if you're a friend of mine and you say, I don't have to answer, I'm Dave, my partner, Dave, my guy. No, you don't have to. You're going to have to answer the questions, because they're the ones that are monitoring that. So they'll decline you. So you have to, not just 2 questions, you got to answer all of them. Even the last one. A lot of people aren't asking the last one. We're hitting Facebook Live tomorrow morning. First time it was raining. Monday and Tuesday we didn't have time to get out and do it. But what we're going to do is tomorrow morning we're going to do some Facebook Live, do some video. I've cut up over the last week. I told you guys I was going to do this, and I've been slacking on it. But the last week, I've cut up a lot of video that are going to be put out of all of us swinging all kinds of bat. I've got probably 10 videos sitting there. I've got video I'm downloading on. I'm downloading on Instagram, and I got videos I'm downloading on TikTok. So those will be up and running. I've got a ton of video. I don't know if you guys are aware of or know who this guy is, Hefty Coconut. He will probably chime in here in a minute. He got the tax man. He is a big ASA guy up north. He got a tax man in yesterday. He talked about it a little bit. I kind of shared his TikTok video and his regular video on Facebook, and he's going to be out there swinging the tax man. The feedback we're getting on the tax man, and I'll kind of go through that a little bit before I get up with Jeff here in a minute. How many swings does it take to break in? Now, guys, I've always talked about this. It depends on your bat speed. If you have that higher bat speed, what happens with people is they tend to break things in faster. And I would recommend, if you do have that higher bat speed, do not take full cuts for the first 100 swings. Kind of take off a little bit, probably a little bit of pepper, a little bit higher than pepper, back and forth. Roll the bat in your hands, make sure you get the whole barrel. If you hit things, don't care. You don't have to hit it solid all the time. So I recommend that for everybody in that mid to medium high bat speed. Do not get up there and just rope it hit balls. A lot of you guys are asking me 44 375s, 44 400s. I would recommend 52 300s. So if you're swinging 44 375s, you know, this bat is made for, this is the deal too, guys. You guys need to understand this. These bats are made from short porch for senior ball, and they're made for ASA, right? The U-trips are a little different, right? So I'll talk about that when the U-trips come out. So what happens when you get a senior ball, you're supposed to hit nothing but 44 375s. When you get an ASA, this bat is made only for 52 300s. You'll find out that it performs a little better with 52 300s. So break it in with 52 300s. You know, no spinners. You can hear Fat Guy BP talk about spinners with a compression on the spinner. On the spinners a little higher, you know, in the 400s, 450s, you know, 475s. Maybe I recommend not hitting anything with spinners. But if you have a heavy, you know, if you have a little bit heavier ball, I think that one spinner is a little bit heavier. It tends to kind of tear up the bats a little bit more. So my recommendation for a lot of guys out there, if you have that higher bat speed with ASA, take your time with it. You'll hear some clacking, you know, because it has that dual wall in it. It doesn't have a floating wall, it has a dual wall. And take your time with it, roll it in your hands, doesn't matter if you miss hit or not. Now, you guys with that medium-low bat speed, which I think the majority of people are going to have that medium-high when they're hitting that ASA bat. The Taxman, I recommend you getting out there and, you know, hitting, you know, again, 52 300s and just taking hacks at it because your bat speed's not that high. Just taking hacks at it, doesn't matter where you hit it, you know, just take hacks at it, break it in. But when you know you're getting close with the Taxman, when you know you're getting close with, you know, what you're going to do is you're going to start hearing that clack go away. Because when you're hitting the ball, you hear a clack sound, right? And what that is that top ball hitting that other wall, and you get a little bit of, you know, not the second wall's not collapsing as much, almost like a dampener, you know. So what happens, it slaps it. So when they both start to flex a little bit better, you know, you're not going to get the clack anymore as loud. So when you hear it getting to that not as loud clacking, that's when you know you're getting there. You'll find out the bat hits another gear. You know, it hits a gear about with us swinging it, guys. I cannot tell you guys how long it's going to take because I don't know what your bat speed is. Everybody watching tonight or everybody watching in the future, next week, it's 10,000 views in 1 week. All you guys, and I'm not sure you guys are going to rewatch it, but what I'm saying is all you guys have different bat speeds. And if you know the movement, you know what we're going toward, right? Is there different variations to different bat speeds. So you'll find out that you get it to 100 swings, going to hit another gear, 150 swings, going to hit another gear, and then we'll find out tomorrow where it's at because we've only hit it last week, and we got it where it stopped clacking, and it made a badass sound. You know, that short porch sound that makes all the time. That's what we got into it already. So answer the questions. There is some fake shit going on out there. I want you guys to be aware if you're watching this. If all of my, all of our, you need to be aware of what's going on all of our reps out there, factory hitters and signature players. There is a bunch of fake shirts going on. And what they do is, and they did it to me when I was Senior Softball Bat Reviews, they'll take the logo, like the recent one that they just did was Rachel Good's West Coast. So they put choppers on it, and then they put Short Porch West Coast on the bottom, and they turn around and sell them. Guys, that's fake. They're trying to get money out of you, and they're using Rachel's platform to actually get her people that actually book Short Porch people to actually go in there and purchase them. Do not buy them. If you're not buying it off the website or from a rep, then it ain't ours. And especially, you know, if it has something else in it, it's not ours. You know, you can go to our website, see the merch that we have out there. There's a bunch of fake shit. People out trying to make money right now. And it's usually overseas that they're doing this, and they're trying to have you get into their, get your credit card into their account, and they're trying to get you and you never get the stuff. So just keep an eye. If there is a red flag, ask questions. That's the biggest thing, because there is some fake shit. You know, the more popular you get and the more people that are wanting to buy merch, this is what you get, and it's across the board. You know, you get stuff like that. I do want to welcome. I don't know if he's on here or not. I'm not looking at the people that are talking or engaging, but I want to welcome Rob Peters. We just got him yesterday morning. I'm trying to think of the date. We just got him yesterday morning. Hell of a guy. I've been friends with Rob for a long time. I bet it's been a couple of years, 3 years. I've been friends with him on Facebook. Hell of an influencer. Big into what I want to do with him and Brandon too is get them on a three-way, because he's into health and nutrition, working out. He's jacked. And whenever they talked about, I was pleased to get him. Like, they talked about him to me yesterday, and Christian was on the phone with him, and I was like, just please get him. That guy is freaking amazing. Hell of an influencer, hell of a guy. Everybody talked about him personally. To me, the messages that I got, that y'all got a good guy there. So I can't wait to do things with him in the future. A lot of video, a lot of the social media stuff, which we are big in social media. So Rob, welcome aboard. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. I just got his phone number about 2 hours ago, but I was getting ready for this. And I'll give you a call tomorrow and talk to you a little bit about some things, kind of brainstorm with you a little bit. The thongs are taking off, guys. If you don't know about the thong, you need to get on the website and look at them. We developed it, and it took about 2 years to develop this. It's something that Trey and Clem came up with years ago, and finally decided to make it something that we can make money off it. Short Porch can make money off of it. So if you guys have seen that, we made it where it won't cut you in half. It's been tested. We've all worn them. Don't judge me, but we've all worn them, so to make sure they don't cut you in half, because they are made out of Kevlar, and they are amazing. Adds distance. I would say about 5 feet. It adds distance, especially when you take the supplements with the thong. It adds distance. So I would. And I know I'm going to get in trouble for that tomorrow, but who gives a shit? But go and look. The lady ones, they're going to be designed, we're trying to get it where it doesn't, before they're comfortable. The comfort is everything. So we got it for the guys. We got it up and going. Having a little trouble with the ladies a little bit, but they're awesome too. You can slip your cup right, and you guys that play the infield and stuff, or a pitcher, you can slip your cup. It just holds it just right there. So that's definitely something. We're always inventing. This is nothing too. Jeff said this on the group text this morning. We're always inventing good products. So we're throwing stuff out there that would better everybody. The thong was our idea. Senior softball bat reviews that we've been talking about for years. It's been testing with the Kevlar. It's not bad. It's very good. So it's some good stuff going forward, and we do have this is another thing too, guys, because all the shit that's been going on, people trying to steal our ideas. We do have a patent on the thong. So if you guys thinking about you bat companies that are watching us tonight, because I know how you work, even our manufacturer, we told our manufacturer, if any of these bat companies try to get this design, this thong design, please let us know. So, and that's happened with the bats. The manufacturers tell us, hey, this company is trying to steal your stuff. So we have a patent on it. So that's what we always do when we come up with these kind of ideas that we have about the thong. The Pygium. We're sponsored by Pygium. Guys, right there, it's backwards, I know, but it's Pygium. Every man over the age of 40 needs to be on Pygium. Don't listen to me, guys. Look at what it does. It's very good for the prostate. Very good for the prostate, urinary tract, kidneys, bladder, all that down there. It's good for it. And it's inexpensive. That's the best thing. I got to mark all this stuff off. A lot of people ask me, here's the deal, and I'm going to go through this pretty fast. And I'm just going to throw shit out there. A lot of people ask me How low should I go in bats? Like a lot of people say, if I can swing, I'm getting older. I'm getting older. So here's the deal. I want to go from a 26 to a 27 to a 26. How low do I go? Let me explain something to you. Me and Clem and Trey talked about this the other day. You have to have some sort of resistance when you're swinging a bat. If you have too much resistance, you tend to get barrel drop, okay, where the barrel head drops through the zone, right? So there is a formula there. And I've talked about the formula. You can go back and look at last week's podcast. I'm not going to get long into it. So if you look at last week's podcast, I talked about there is a number that if you're swinging a 26 to 26 as fast as you're swinging a 25, then go to the 26, right? If you're keeping those numbers the same as a 25 and a 26. So I would move up to a 27, and if you're swinging that 27 as fast as you're swinging a 26, stay with a 27, and so on, right? But if you lose 4 miles an hour, right? If you lose 4 miles an hour when you're going up, stay with the lower number. So you have to have, but don't go 2 numbers low. You got to have, when you're swinging a bat, you got to have some sort of resistance. I think it messes with your timing and your consistency if you go too low. So it's not, a lot of people would say the heaviest bat, you know, they're talking about a bus hitting you know, whatever, and a fast ass bug hitting something like a beetle bug, the bug hitting something. It's all about speed. If you're losing speed, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that ball to go far. So if you're losing speed up to a point, barrel flex too, guys. That's how come we talk about the movement. It's all a formula too. I know it's hard because a lot of guys will get out there and just pick up a bat and swing it. That's old school shit. That's 20-year-old shit. That's old school, right? Nobody has thought the way we thought. We're the only one. We're like they're talked about today. We are the inventor where it comes to the developer on new stuff that you can swing. You know, the DDTs that you can swing. These other bats coming up that in the next 6 to 8 months that is going to just break everything. I talked to Rob via text message yesterday. I said, Bud, you know, I'm glad you're here, but you don't even have a clue on what's coming. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So whenever you're dropping in weight, and I know a lot of you guys already know this, but I do have people on here that do ask questions about weight distribution and about how heavy should I swing. You need a little bit of resistance when you're swinging. You can't just get up there and swing at 23, 24, 20. They don't make 23, but I'm just telling you guys, at 24 ounces, you're going to lose a little bit of consistency. Your batting average is going to drop a little bit and will suffer. So you got to have a little bit of resistance, Got to have that push. Me and Clem talk about that quite a bit. Because Clem's flirting with a 28.5 and a 27.5. So I kind of talked to him about that. He understood it. I just was running it through him. You got to have some kind of resistance. We have a bat coming out later on. Actually, tonight, we're going to talk about it a little bit. That I will talk about with Jeff when he comes on here. But I'll talk about the soft barrel bat that's going to be launched tonight. That bat is, I don't know if we've had a bat, maybe the OG wig popper, the blackout, that is good for the ladies. The bat that we're launching tonight is very good for the ladies. I know we have a ton every day of ladies joining into this podcast and talk to you ladies about it a little bit. We have lady ballers out there, senior ballers. We have U-Trip ballers out there that are getting excited about what we're doing because the barrel flex. I see so many bats, man. I see so many bats in ladies' hands where I would never put them. I would never put that bat in that because I've swung it. I've never put that bat in that girl's hand or that lady's hand. They need more of a softer barrel, maybe a little bit more flex in the handle, and they'll benefit not just a little bit. They'll benefit tremendously with the bat we're going to be releasing tonight. You ladies, hang on, and we're going to talk about that bat here in about 15 minutes. The one thing I am going to do, and I know it's a slow process because we got so many things going on within the next 3 weeks, is on our website, we're going to start putting up weight distribution numbers. A lot of you guys have, that is the way to go, weight distribution numbers. And I said this last week, I'll repeat it again. Everybody watching this podcast live or even watching it again needs to know what their weight distribution numbers are. That's hand weight versus in weight, hand weight and in weight. And find out what that number is for you. The way to find out that is find a bat that you really do love and then do the weight distribution numbers on it. That's your ideal weight. A bat that swings good for you, because a bat swings good for you doesn't swing good for me. There's no such thing as one bat fits all. So find out what your weight distribution numbers are. Another thing too is find out what your compression is. So my idea when talking to everybody, with Short Porch is, and this is coming, is we're going to have starting off. What we want to do is have starting off a barrel compression on a brand new bat and put next to the bat that's on the website. And then weight distribution from 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. All those weight distribution numbers on there. If you've seen some of them, especially on my views, on my videos, you've seen some of them, but we want to do that across the board. That way, when you guys are picking out a bat, you don't have to call and say, because one of our biggest questions when it comes, like question and answer, when it comes to question is, what is the weight distribution numbers on this bat? I got asked the same thing from one of our guys today on a bat. So I was like, let me find out, because I don't get 25, 26, 27, 28 here in San Antonio. So I have to get where I get Short Porch to do that for me up there. So they got to unpackage the bat, do my weight distribution numbers on it, write them down, or send them to me, and then we put them out there. But that's what we're going for. That's what we're working on. Compression. Everybody here should know what their compression number is. There is a compression, guys. Here's the deal too. There's a compression from, depending on what bat you buy, right? So let's say you bought this bat right here. So that compression starts off at anywhere from there's a little variance in there, right? 215 to 220. But a lot of people are going to pick that bat up and not going to get performance on it 215, 220. If you've got the higher bat speed, yes, you will. You got the medium bat speed, which that gives medium high. What you're going to get is you got to give that bat a break-in period. And once you get it to that number that suits you, that goes with your bat speed, that bat's going to be hot as shit. So what you will do is put that bat away, use it as your gamer, get another one, break it in for your BP bat, and then use that one. But let's say that number, like my number with that ideal weight on the Kevlar on my bat right there, the first one, the OG that was put out, is 185. Now with the ZOC composite, it was at 170. So that's what Kevlar has done, right? And I could get down, like I would give those bats away at 160. My bowl bats, my first bat, I gave away at 160 because I was impressing and imploding that wall too much. So Kevlar, I can get it down to 160. And I'm still gonna have great barrel response. I still have good exit velo, great exit velo. So Kevlar is helping us get into that lower number with performance. Kevlar is helping us get into that higher number with performance, because a lot of times you would have to break bats in, not so much with Kevlar. You still got to break in a little bit, but not so much with Kevlar. So that's what we're seeing with our Kevlar. So everybody here needs to know what their number is. And I know it's hard because you guys don't have that $1,500, $1,200 compression tester sitting in your garage. So what we want to do is to better your judgment, on picking out a bat. We want to put compression numbers, first 100 swings, 200 swings, 300 swings, 400 swings, give you an idea what the compression numbers on that bat, because they do vary. That's how come we say one bat doesn't fit everybody, right? This bat is different than the orange juice. So this bat's different because this one's got a harder barrel than the orange juice. So the orange juice is going to get there faster. So that's what we're looking for. We're building it. Just be patient with us because we are building that. I did see Leslie, and I think it's a teaser. Leslie this morning put up a video of the top tier names that's going to come out on that bat that everybody's picking. So what we have is a tie, I think, between all of those ones that she's a little biased because she walked away from that saying, you know, the bat names is, I guess, is Boss Lady in the lead. The Boss Lady's in the lead. You know, I watched it and I was like, okay, Boss Lady's in the lead. But there's other, that's another thing too. And because I think this is 1,500, guys, 1,500 entries on a bat name. I mean, that's amazing. And a lot of people engaging. And by next Wednesday, 7 days from now, Shore Porch will be here in San Antonio, and come down here for some surprises. You guys just wait for that, and well, we're gonna announce the winner of the bat, and the bat they're gonna put it on is gonna be a different bat. And it's gonna be pretty awesome. Bat bags. I need to get Jeff on here too, and then I'll talk to him about a bunch of this. Oh, look at all my people up here. I don't see you, Jeff. But anyway, we're doing Facebook Live tomorrow. We're gonna do hitting tomorrow. The sun was out all day today. I think it was 90 here. I don't see any rain going all the way into next week. And it's going to be freaking amazing here. Let's see what he comes on. I'll see if I got everything that I was going to talk about. And I'm sorry about there's not going to be any drama tonight. And I know you guys been sitting here. There you are. All these people sitting here waiting for me to go off on somebody and get mad.
Dave V, the
like,
man.
Hey, I even got a nice from a lady out of Arizona, said that I like your fire. You have fire like me. And I'm like, oh no, that's not a good thing. That fire gets me in trouble, man. That fire gets me in trouble. So,
Man, you stay in trouble, Dave. That's what we know. You stay in trouble.
that's how come you didn't even call me over the weekend? Like I didn't get any phone calls from you over the weekend. It's like you were staying away from that.
You said Leslie's the only one allowed to call you on the weekends, right?
Well, no, I did not say that. I said I get scared when she calls me on the weekends because she calls and she does this. Can you take a phone call? And I'm like, oh man! Like I go back and say, what did I talk about? Did I talk about anything? Did I say anything? Did I slip up? Because as seniors, and I can blame it on senior moments. You know, you guys know that because I am 60, gonna be 65 next month. So I can blame it on like I just lost it. I just didn't know. I'm having a senior moment. I might have misspoke or said something.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know if she was trying to force you into retirement, turning 65 and all. You know.
Hey, Medicare. Medicare is coming up.
You get Social Security. You get Medicare.
You don't. I got Medicare coming. I'm like, I've already enrolled in it. A lot of you guys watching won't understand what I'm talking about, but yeah, Medicare's. I got to enroll in that. Pick my 3 different groups that I want to be in. Now I can go get my shoulder looked at. Don't have to worry about getting a referral from a doctor and that they turn in. This is what sucks, man. Because when you get Medicare, you can just go in, right? You can go into a doc and it's not as bad. Now you got to get a referral. And then if the paperwork's not right, you get kicked back out. I haven't had my shoulder looked at. I've been in therapy, right? And that's kicking my butt. But dude, you can't get looked at. They got to do it all right. They didn't submit the right paperwork, and it's like, oh, you got to be kidding me, man.
Insurance companies are the biggest racket, you know.
I'm telling you that you can't say that on here now. See, you're saying stuff that I was not.
I forget. I can't say stuff like that, you know. I'll get in trouble. I might end up on the 10 a.m. Christian Lamont update tomorrow. I don't want that.
You cannot say it's a racket.
Yeah,
Just like you can't talk about Big Pharma. You can't talk about that. I didn't say anything bad about Big Pharma. Don't come after me. But
yeah,
you
we
can't
ain't
say anything
talking
about
about.
Big Pharma and all the scams they got going on. And I didn't say that, but you know what I mean, dude. You know what I mean. Let's talk about bats, dude. Let's wait till we're doing that launch tonight, right?
Hell yeah, we got to launch the bat is live, guys. We have the new. If you seen the soda pop last year, how many people have hit you up this year for the soda pop,
A,
Dave?
a ton of people would ask me about why are you not bringing the soda pop back, and I put that face, that zip lip face out there to everybody, and I don't talk to them. I just put the zip lip face, you know, the meme that I ain't saying nothing, but it's coming, right? With
Yeah.
Kevlar. Are you making okay? And then they ask me, are you making it with Kevlar, dude? What? How did you hear about it? You know, and I've just got I got the zip face that I put out there to everybody. But a lot of these seniors, and I think a lot of the older seniors love that bat. And they actually, that was what a bat too, that if you look at it on Facebook or all of these buy, sell, and trade channels, that was going up for a pretty high price.
Yeah.
Used, like over $200 used on
Yeah.
that bat. Had guy had 10 swings on it. I want $210. Boom, it was gone. He would sell it because there was so much demand for that bat. And this is just like that bat, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a similar version. It's this year's soda pop. The cheeseburger, you're talking softer barrel, faster bat speed, everything that you would love for if you had a slower swing speed. What the Kevlar and Spin Tech does this year is we have hit the hell out of this bat and it did not break. A lot of the new tech, what it'll add plus performance is durability. I can't tell you, we tried to break it the last 2 days because we assumed it being a softer barrel, we would break it. But you know what the Kevlar Spin Tech, how well it's held up in our other models. And the cheeseburger, it proved to be the same. And it's flipping hot is what Miss Leslie put right there on it. Flipping hot
Flipping hot.
cheeseburger. And it has right here, as you know, low bat speed. Actually, it says low to medium bat speed because it does hold up so well. Matthew Herb, he's on here. He's 20, 29, 30, 31 years old. He took a ton of swings with it and, stayed in the 90 mile an hour the whole time. Didn't crack it. I hit it several times yesterday. Christian, Cage, we just been beating it to death, and the bat is still 175. You know.
What does it start out at when you pull out the wrapper? You compression test it on those
Yeah.
numbers.
So it started out at 220 in the wrapper, which means it's 195 before we apply the Spin Tech.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's
So
the numbers. Yeah.
that's
So
the number.
SpinTech actually has a little bit of
Yeah,
compression.
the spin tech
And
actually
durability
adds
too.
compression when you compression test the bat. So
Yeah,
it's 195 right in there, a little bit, maybe 218ish is what we had it at.
yeah,
We got to hitting it, and man, just super responsive. This is a 25.5 here. I'll tell you, the Dave V weight testing, you have a 16.5 on the end. You have a 9.0 on the hands, which that'll tell you right there it swings faster than our other bats, right?
yeah. So here's a lot of people don't understand when you have a softer barrel, it's okay to go up in the hand weight. So one thing you're going
Yeah.
to gain is consistency, and you're going to get better barrel response instead of absorbing. So you're going to get a better trampoline effect when you go up, and not too much, but if you go up a little bit in the hands. And that's actually for short porch a little high. I mean, in the hand
Yeah.
weight.
Yeah.
So, but it's
Yeah.
9, and I love 9 hand weight. I really do. I think that's an ideal for me. I think it's an
Yeah.
ideal
It's
weight
gonna
because
help. It's gonna
you're not getting
help.
barrel.
Uh, it's gonna help people who need more control, who need a little lighter swinging bat. Spray it around. The softer barrel is gonna help with performance out the wrapper. The Spin Tech will help medium type bat speed who won't hot out the wrapper, let's buy a bat, go to the field and hit bombs. This will be a bat that will cross into that market also. So what a phenomenal bat it is. We've been super excited. We wanted to do something better than the soda pop. And I'll tell you, Adam Fowler told me one time, he said, the soda pop's one of the best bats you ever put out. That's what he said. And I'm like, we have to do something. We got to do something better. It's a new year. We have new tech. We're doing something better. So
Well, everybody's asking about it.
yeah.
When it's in demand like that, Jeff, like it has been, you gotta put it out there
Yeah.
again.
You
Gotta
got
run it
you got
again.
to go back to it. And we called it soda pop last year. And I told the story on one of the podcasts that one of the guys I was walking off the field. One of the guys on my team, I don't even know who said it, man, we should have a cheeseburger bat. And I'm like, you know what? That's going to be this year's soda pop. So let's be different. And I think a lot of people this week, a lot of chatters been about how different Short Porch is and how different our approach is and what we do for the softball community. And it's about being inclusive. And these are the kind of things that we have fun with, and it just speaks to who we are.
What about Rob? Was that not a badass ad for
Yeah,
us?
and that
Shit.
was, Rob Peters was the main one talking about these things as he joined us, and a lot of people followed suit in talking about Short Porch this week and about all the things that were great about Short Porch and where we've come and what we've been doing, and it's really good to hear. It's really good for I know you to hear. And Leslie and Christian and all of us here at Short Porch.
Yeah, because it makes it worthwhile what we're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
we're trying to change. We're at putting stuff out there for the people to swing that have different bat speeds, that have different height levels, and for your common, and I preach about this, not for your top 1%, which we do cater to them too. I mean, we cater to everybody, but
Yeah.
basically the average softball player that wants to get put into something that's not one size fits all, and that would better their performance. That what it does, Jeff, and we talked about this too, is we keep them out on the field longer. You're talking about, okay, guys, you're talking about this, if you guys have any injury or fighting an injury, this would be the bat that you go to. I know we named it cheeseburger, whatever. This would be a bat that we call it medium low bat speed. But if you're struggling with back issues, if you're struggling with hip issues, knee issues, shoulder issues, this is what we're talking about. Not only for the lower bat speed, but for the people that are fighting back from an injury that want to get stronger and want to keep swinging. This would be a bat that you're going to get performance out, so you can still stay in the game and play longer and keep you alive. Because I think once you quit and you go home, you're done. I think we got to keep active. We got to keep moving.
Yeah, and this is a perfect example of a model. What we found in this model with this weighting system and this barrel tech, is that you could swing slower and get closer to the performance of the top bat speed people. So, like when I slow down and just kind of take practice swings, I'm not that far removed from where I am when I take big daddy hacks.
Yeah.
And the girls and the older gentlemen, they increase performance with the lower bat speed versus other models. And it's a great bat for 65, 70, 75 senior softball, and ladies. This is a wonderful, wonderful bat. Or like you said, somebody fighting an injury, or maybe just somebody who wants something stupid hot out the wrapper.
Yeah.
What a great bat it is. I think it looks exceptional. We obviously like the cool names, and it'll follow suit in the soda pop. Doing what the soda pop did last year for sure.
Oh, definitely. And those people that want to come out of retirement and start playing again, this would be their first great bat right
Yeah.
there, because they're going to pick up and they're going to love the hot out of the wrapper. I've got one other thing I want to talk to you about that I almost forgot.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen this. It's on Facebook quite a bit, but Jeff Hall is coming out with a tour of the long haul bombers from back in the day. Now, I don't know if you saw this, but I kind of listened to him a little bit today, but he's doing it different. He's actually coming out with the young kids and the 40 to 50, the 50 to 55, 55 to 60, 65 to 70, and at 70, that's it. In other words, the older gentlemen, 75 can, 80s can hit with the 70s. I think that's an amazing idea to showcase and showcase other, like they used to do back in the day, is showcase other people's bats. So I just wanted to run that by you, and that's something we can think about too. That would be awesome. I already know two people I throw in it with Short Porch, Brandon Murray and
I
another
heard
guy and
heard
another Murray.
Brandon was hitting in that, but I have not talked to Brandon about it. We talked a few times lately, and we talked about baseball bat stuff. Obviously Brandon is the most powerful senior 50 and over senior hitter in the country. Period. I don't think that's a discussion on his raw power.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard he was sitting in it. I know anytime anybody does anything with softball and includes a wide range of people, and it sounds like that's what Jeff's trying to do.
Yeah.
When you include everybody, that's awesome. That's freaking awesome because that's the
Yeah.
way it should be. And
See, that's the
bringing people together.
yeah, that's what we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Whenever why are these people down and are throwing trash on other people when they should be promoting their other thing? That's what
Yeah,
this is about. This is
absolutely.
promoting your own product and getting together and having a few beers, talking about the new product, or even just out there doing it, entertaining the people. I think that's amazing what he did and what he's doing going forward, because then you can actually have your brand out there and representing, have these players that are either signature players or factory hitters that would represent your brand that can get in that age bracket. Murray Williams would get in a heartbeat. He competes in home run hitting contests against the young kids.
Yeah,
So you could put him in the 70
absolutely.
bracket, and then find guys. I think if it brings more awareness to senior softball, I think that's amazing. And that Jeff Hall is going to run it and get all these stadiums to hit in. I think that's one of the best ideas that I heard in a while, that it would bring everybody together and not so much talking shit about other people. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
think
it's
I think it's a good.
I hadn't. I'll definitely get with Jeff and Brandon about the tour, and it sounds really, really good. And anytime people try to just bringing people together and promoting senior softball, because I would say that a lot of the guys that hit on the tour back in the day, I believe our good friend here, Ricky Huggins, hit on that. I'll have to. It's been such a long time. I'll have to ask him. Christian would know, but Carl Rose, Ricky, and them guys from the original Lighthouse team, which I feel like was the best team that ever played softball. I mean, wouldn't you agree in that?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with Wendell Ricard and Carl Rose and all those guys. Well, what they didn't do back then is, I don't even know if senior softball was around. I was too young. But there was nothing to show senior softball to the public beyond just the people who are in it, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's a good thing. I just didn't know if you knew about it, and I think we're going to look into it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
anyway,
I got to talk to Brandon. I know Brandon was on here watching a little while ago, and I'll reach out to Brandon. I meant to last week, and every time I talk to Brandon, you know, uh, let's see. Brandon said he was a long haul bomber back in the day. So
definitely.
Brandon just texted me. Brandon, you know, you got to jump on here, man. Brandon, you need to come on with us and talk about it.
Yeah, he's probably,
But
yeah. If he's not sitting in a good place, he's going to be like, he's probably at the restaurant eating with a wife or something.
yeah, there ain't no
telling
telling.
what he's doing.
I should have got Brandon on here, but we had a lot going on with the cheeseburger bat drop, and man, it's a really cool thing we did here for the older senior players and anybody who needs a little help. I promise you, reach out, get the cheeseburger. If you got the soda pop last year, you'll love it. And it's a bat that was a limited edition. It's after a special market to help slower bat speeds. or just somebody who wants something crazy out the wrapper. But yeah, so we've been kind of working on that, and past that, shit, we didn't get our bat bags boxes, so we didn't go live with them tonight. They're gonna go live sometime tomorrow. I'm sorry, everybody. We were actually waiting for our custom boxes to come in to box them up and start shipping them out. I told everybody who wanted to call to go ahead and call. A lot of people's purchased them already. I can show off the bat bag, Dave. You want me to show it off?
Yeah, show it to everybody. Okay, good look
Let's
at it.
see here. Let's see here if everybody. I guess you can see it right there, right?
There it is, right there. Yeah, that's.
And
I like it. I think it looks amazing.
so right here also, I don't know if I can kind of show it here, right there. And if you see it, it says "Shut Up and Hit" on the back. So it's really cool. I will show. I'll tell everybody. I'll show. I was packing earlier, so I seen the kids on Little League just the other day. They were showing what they keep in their bag. So since my bag's right here and I was packing it, I'll show everybody what I have in my bag to take to the tournament so far. So that's a tribe hat, short porch hat, bucket hats we sell. This is cell block one, but we make short porch ones. Let's see right here. First bat out. What's that, Dave?
That's the OG. Yeah, why is that? What size is it?
27. That's mine. This is my
Okay.
bag. 27.
DDT OG.
All right. The next bat I put in here to take is the one we've been hitting all week. I said we were literally trying to break it. Look at this thing, Dave. And it is
You beat the hell.
175. We beat it to death. It's a 26 and a half cheeseburger. This bat is it's hot as hell. And I'm taking it with me because I think it might be unlimited home runs this weekend, Dave.
Oh, you're playing this weekend?
So short porch glove right here. You got one of these, right, Dave?
Yes, sir. I got one of those.
I ain't gonna say what kind of bat and glove that is.
Yes. Yeah, don't read that, guys. Don't. Hey, he'll be in trouble tomorrow.
Mortar U-Trip softballs right there. I do have, and this ain't our company, but my glove, before we started making gloves, these are good, great gloves from a great glove company called Shoeless Joe. They make old-timey gloves, come in broke in, and they are really good gloves. I think they're made in Texas. Is that right, Dave? You know?
I don't even know. No, I don't know what. I
Yeah.
don't know where they're made.
So
I never heard of them.
in the bag for bats, that is a U-Trip hot chicken. Todd Cox, that's the baby blue, basically. So that's the balance.
Yeah.
This is 2 OG blackouts, unlimited home run tomorrow, and 1 OG red 27 wig popper.
So you got everything. You got everything in there.
I got that's what I'm taking. So I just want to take shoes. How about that? I don't know what kind of shoes you normally wear, Dave, but Hocus.
Yeah, that's what I wear. And then what is that? Speed Cross or whatever it is. Well, I got them on. Solomon's. I have Solomon's too, but Solomon's hurt my feet a little bit when I'm running in the infield. So I wear my Hokas and I wear my Solomons. So I think those are the two best shoe out there actually as a turf shoe. If you guys are a bigger man, do not get Solomons to hit with, not Solomons, do not get Hokas to hit with because they actually have a platform. So you'll rock in that platform if you weigh over 220. So I wouldn't advise hitting balls, but your Solomons are badass on the infield. Outfield too, on Solomons.
Yeah. And guys, we have new shorts in for the summer. So
that's nice.
These are just a tan pair, but that's the new shorts right here for the summer, and they're pretty cool, right?
They're awesome. And Taxman, we're out of Taxmans, right?
Yeah, we sold out a Taxman a few days ago. They're back on pre-sale. We're just painting some right now. I expect them to be here probably first week of June. I'm not sure because our shipping lanes keep changing. We've been talking about that. So it could be earlier. That's kind of the latest time. At latest, like the June 7th would probably be the latest. Could be earlier. Earliest is into May, according to how everything shakes out over the next few weeks. Because international shipping's been crazy. So as everybody knows.
Yeah.
But we're working through it. We're working on it every night.
Yeah, I know that because I talk to you guys every night about that late. And I know if it's late here, it's late there.
Yes.
USSSA DDT has been approved.
Yes. So SpinTech, I couldn't remember. Maybe that happened after we had the podcast last week.
Yeah.
The SpinTech and the DDT. So the DDT without SpinTech, the regular DDTs, USSSA is approved. The one-piece SpinTech like these are approved for USSSA. They're going in production. The DDT with SpinTech USA ASA is in creation. So we've been doing the molds for that and building, and it'll be out in the fall.
So that's the ASA.
That's the next ASA bat, and it will come out in the fall, just like the high school BB Core baseball bat is set to launch in the fall. Both of them are probably going to happen when we return from Vegas, because we'll be tied. Me and Dave will be tied up in Vegas for a month. And when we come back from Senior Worlds, we'll start dropping some of that new stuff. And we'll probably give Cade something really cool to drop while we're gone, though, right?
Yeah, definitely, because he didn't like staying back. But a
Yeah.
lot of people are asking about the two-piece USSSA bat, and the DDT is going to be the USSSA bat, the two-piece coming out. So a lot of people are asking me about it, and so I just wanted to address that to everybody tonight, so they actually get the update on it. T-shirts, how's the T-shirt subscription going?
Awesome. So guys, the second round, so tomorrow, some new shirt designs are going to be delivered to Short Porch. We've had a few new people this week and the end of last week that will get the new design right away. And then this month's design shirt, which I'm not going to spoil the surprise for everybody. It will be shipping out as everybody comes around, because it's once a month. So whatever day you subscribed, on that day, you'll get a shirt sent out every month, is how it works. And that has been growing every week, and people are excited about it. And there are going to be some people get some really cool prizes. Leslie's not here, so I'll tell you right now, you might just get some free bats if you stay with the shirt subscription. So if you're in our system, and we know if you're a senior or U-Trip, if you've bought a bat from us in the past, they can pinpoint that. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, I understand. I see what you're saying. So definitely, I think that took off really good.
It took off. And this is the shirt from last month. And as you know, and everybody loved it. Everybody really liked this shirt.
Yeah.
So, and this month's shirt, I'm telling you, it is really badass. I can't wait to start shipping them tomorrow. As all the bags that we've already sold will be shipped tomorrow, and they will go live on the website. The red bags are getting here tomorrow. Hopefully, they were in Kentucky when I checked them earlier today, but FedEx Ground's been really wild. They lost some packages and all kind of stuff, but chances are they'll all be here tomorrow. What else? Okay, I'm coming to San Antonio next week.
That's what I wanted to talk about now. And you're bringing some surprises.
Yeah, I have bat surprises. I have the next 3 senior bat launches coming with me to San Antonio to show to everybody. So the next 3 senior bats that will be launched by Short Porch, we have some of each, and we're going to take them to San Antonio. Me and Dave's we're going to be hitting them. And with the weather permitting, right? We'll go inside and hit them if we have to, correct?
Yeah, like we did last time. Yeah, definitely.
And me and Dave will be doing a podcast. And on that podcast, I think before I got on the podcast, we're pushing 1,800 or more bats names for the bat name contest, and that will be announced right now. It'll be announced on Dave's podcast next week. Everybody watch. That's going to be a big deal. Somebody's going to win some bats on the bat naming contest. We had a lot of cool bats. I know Leslie was on here going for all the Leslie K and Boss Lady bats, and I think she's passed me and all the bat submission names for Mad Scientist and
Yeah.
Jeff and all that stuff. And I think Sheldon, everybody calling me Sheldon, making fun of me was up there.
No, that's funny though. That's
Yeah.
but it
So we're
yeah,
not making the Sheldon bat. but
that's
but
funny, dude.
yeah, really cool stuff, guys. You got to tune in, because not only will Dave and I be live Wednesday, we'll be live Thursday, and maybe even more. We're going to be doing a lot of lives, next week, and we
Yeah.
we have a huge bat surprise next week drop, and it's going to be really cool.
I don't even
Not to
know
take
about this one.
Yeah, nobody knows. Me and Leslie kept it completely under wraps. I'm gonna bring it, and I wanted to show it to the world next week. So we have all that kind of stuff going on, and right now, to take nothing away from this is the soda pop of this year, the low bat speed bat that we just dropped. But we do have the next 3 bat drops to show off, and what'll be coming before we get into starting to do Vegas, get in tune for Vegas Worlds, which means what bats will be taken for Vegas.
Yeah, yeah, and that's going to be bigger this year than it was last year.
Oh, hell yeah!
I think it's going to be
Yeah.
because all the new tech that's coming out, that we have coming out, that nobody knows about, that's coming out. We kind of talked about it last night, and I know that would be amazing.
Yeah.
To get that.
Definitely. We're gonna have some really cool stuff coming down the road for Vegas, and a lot more stuff this year. Just looking right down the road past the USAASA Taxman that's coming back around, that's on pre-sale. We have the 2-piece pickle juice that's going to be finished probably any day now. I'll have to check later tonight. Any day now, the 2-piece pickle juice will be finished USSSA. It was a 1-piece bat last year, 12.75, half ounce and load. This year it's a 2-piece. Why? Just because we can. Just because we can. So that bat's coming out, and man, I'm telling you, it's just so much cool stuff. But you guys, if you watch this, tune in next week. You got to tune in next week. I promise you, tune in live. The bat name drops, the surprise bat, lots of cool stuff from San Antonio next week. Hopefully, I know Clem's not available Wednesday, but he should be available Thursday morning, right?
Yeah, he's doing something on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That he cannot get out of, and then Thursday he said he can do it on Thursday. And depending on when you guys, and another thing too, y'all guys don't know, y'all are going to get in on Tuesday or Wednesday, right?
Yeah. So it looks like now I will be there. I plan on rolling in like lunch Wednesday. So I'll be there lunch Wednesday. Dave and I'll probably catch up if I know us and get food. We'll plan the podcast out, and then Thursday we'll hit live, and hell, we may do another live Thursday night and talk about what we've seen on the field with all the upcoming models that I'm bringing to San Antonio, because who is more knowledgeable to hit the new and upcoming bats with the 2 engineers that made them, but Senior Softball Bat Review, which is you, Clem, Trey, and I don't know who else might be there. I know Murray may come down if I'm in town. I don't know.
Definitely Murray, Charlie Mueller,
Yeah.
Mikey Garibay, Billy Husta, Zena.
Yeah.
I got in trouble for not mentioning her name, but Zena will be there. Zena Rossi, and I'll have Tammy show up too. But he said something earlier about food, guys. You got to understand, Texas, San Antonio has the best food in the nation. telling you guys right now. So when he talks about food, that's what we're going to do. We're going to eat some of the best food, Mexican food.
Hey,
In
we
San
in
Antonio.
San Antonio, we eat right there.
Yeah.
We
Oh
hang
yeah.
out.
We
May hit up Trey. May come right in Wednesday and go straight to Trey's bar. I'd like to support Trey, and I've been there. I love the place and meet everybody over there. But we'll talk about all that offline. But it's going to be a freaking blast and a lot of great information about the short porch future on the senior side is going to be revealed next week, as well as the bat name contest that I'm sure will have close to 3,000 submissions before the contest end, and we will all of us in San Antonio pick what we feel like is the best name, not
yeah.
just Leslie with the Leslie K or Boss Lady or Jeff or
There's a
so,
lot of
but
Leslie's mentioned this morning.
but Leslie's going to be giving the updates on that, and she will be giving shirt updates tomorrow. She's going to have some stuff that's not the shirt subscription come in. That'll just be for sale. That's pretty cool too. As well as the red bags are supposed to show up. So just a lot of really, really cool stuff that is coming up, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a good time. You know, it's a good time to be a part of Short Porch. And Rob jumped in right at the right time where we got a lot of stuff coming out in the next 4 months, 5 months before Vegas. You know,
Yeah, Rob.
at this
Yeah, we have.
stage, where,
Yeah, we still have some signature bats, a couple. I have the Nunez brothers that originally I was hoping to put out like in January, and I kept pushing it. And the Nunez brothers have a signature. Roberto Manaya, his always drops in the summer, but it's going to be coming out. His usually drops with Worlds. His is actually going to come out ahead of Worlds. Brandon Murray is going to come out for Worlds, as well as Dave Velasquez's signature will come out for Worlds also. Um, just to we're not going to say what them bats are yet, but just a lot of cool stuff and new models and tech. We have been sending so many models to testing for approval for next year and later this year of new tech we've built. Don't want to get into that yet, but nobody has developed more slow pitch models than short porch this year, as people have been seeing, as the two new bat models that just got certified and the USAASA. It's been a wild time for growth, and now the baseball bats and fast pitch bats. Just a just a wide range of products that we're developing and putting to market. Not that will just come to market now, but some of these things won't come out till next February.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's, yeah, dude, I'm telling you, because I've been doing this for such a long time, I'm like a kid in a candy store. And because all the new stuff that you talk about and we talk about at nighttime when we're on the phone, and then the surprise stuff, and then it's like, you know, we were talking about something yesterday I didn't even know about, and about grip spin putting on something, and I'm like, dude, I'm the third one to be talked about when it comes, but then again, I'm the fourth one to be given bats anyway. We talk about this all the time. And then you talk about the Texas curtain, where we said it about a month ago. It ain't got to you yet. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Dave will, he's done so much for so long with so little that now he tries to accomplish the impossible with nothing at all.
See, my problem is that I have all this stuff in my head, and I'm trying to, like last night, I'm trying to give you shit that would be done next year.
Yeah.
Like, can we get this out before Vegas on this new stuff?
Well,
I said, this is what I was thinking. Can we do this? Can we get this out? Right. And then you're like, whoa. We can't do it all in 1 year. We can't be putting all this stuff out there because the shit we got out there is good now. Let's
yeah.
wait. Let's not, because of all these ideas I've had for 15 years or shit, even 45 years that I've been doing this. Can we apply it? And you're like, yeah, we can apply it, but let's hit the brakes a little bit, because we got a lot of stuff coming. That's what's good about it.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff, guys. And balls restock are gonna all start coming in 2 weeks. Our warehouse is completely empty on balls now, and between 2 weeks and the next 3 months, we have an astronomical amount of softballs coming in. So that's a lot of fun. And like Dave, you couldn't be nowhere else and transition from senior softball to bat review to but short porch because we're the only ones that could keep you busy.
That is
That we
that
have
is the
enough.
truth.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right, 100%, and I like it because it's new. It's something that I I can listen to and I can hear, and all the brainstorming that goes on when it comes with this is amazing.
yeah.
That's the good. All the good people, all the good people we're going after, all the good people that we've gotten, and all the good people that we have. From the reps all the way up to the factory hitters to the signature players. I think that is what makes us this good,
Uh,
getting better.
we have a lot of great people, and I always try to run through them, but I miss too many people as I'm getting to talking. I will, jump on what you already talked about because I haven't spoke to him personally yet either. But we have a new guy who came on, named Rob Peters, who is doing phenomenal in the last 24 hours, and he right now is the epitome of what an ambassador for a brand should be.
Yes, 100%. And he is what we and he fits. We talked about this 8 months ago. Whenever I came along, he fits. He fits in great with what we're trying to do and the direction that we're going. It's not like any other direction anybody's been in. So he's going
Yeah.
to fit in nicely with us.
Absolutely. I think so too. I know I'm going to give him a call after you speak with him, and he is Alan Hancock, Christian Lamont. He played on their team and is coming over as a ambassador of the brand, I guess I should say. And what a great guy! And what the future shows with him is very promising to fit right in with all the great people we have that are just doing an awesome job out there promoting short porch and showing them what we're about. That's beyond softball bats. That's beyond softballs. That is, about a culture of a recreational sport that brings people together.
Yeah, 100%. And we're not stopping at baseball, softball. Me and Leslie talked about this when I joined about
Yeah.
going into other ventures with sports that is gonna make us grow faster and bigger in the next year. Because we talked about doing that next year now because we've got so much on the plate for this year. But that's
Yeah,
just
that's
something we
right.
can talk about at the end of the year too.
Yeah,
About
we had a lot going on here because we have our 22 golf tournament, our golf company, called 22 Golf, which is a Short Porch is the parent company. 22 Golf is a subsidiary of Short Porch that we own. My brother Derek Kessler helps me out with that from time to time, as well as Cage works hard on that, and we partnered with Coretta de Oro Tequila, which is looking to be a fictional brand of the PGA Tour next year. And we had the Masters and the Heritage Golf Tournament. We were on hand at the Heritage PGA Golf Tournament with Coretta de Oro 22 golf balls and some of our branding stuff with that. And Coretta de Oro had a huge booth on the 16th green, I believe it was, and it was a good time. And that brand is growing, and we're super excited about that, about all recreational sports and things we might be able to engineer and just make new and cool and fun products for everybody, but definitely high performing products. And I will be honest, engineering the golf ball was the hardest thing I've ever done.
see it. We're just going in so many different directions. It's amazing. We're
Yeah.
not stuck with just one thing. But everything has got its own purpose and its own technology. That's the part that I'm very intrigued in when it comes to that.
thing is what you gotta do it better next time, right? So, and that's what we're trying to do.